How are back-end deal costs and promote economics changing for sponsors and founders?
It's huge. I don't know if the end result is much different from the past, but the deferred IPO fee is probably the biggest issue we're seeing these days. It used to be that everybody had 3.5% or 4% or $8 or $10 million or more in deferred IPO fee. Everybody had that, and you would go to the target and say, this bank's going to work with us. They're going to help us market the story. We've got a good relationship. We're going to do another SPAC with them. We'll be, if you've got a $1 billion or $2 billion deal, it's a rounding error. It doesn't matter. If you've got a smaller deal, a $10 million deferred IPO fee is pretty meaningful. But everybody was kind of in the same boat with that. What's different today in the last year or so is that you've got high quality sponsors doing their IPOs with little or no back end fee. There are reputable banks doing these deals for very little upfront and nothing on the back end, or a very small number on the back end, or a jump ball on the back end. And if I'm competing with a reputable repeat sponsor and I've got $9.8 million in deferred IPO fee and they've got zero, it makes it almost impossible to win that. It is disqualifying in some cases where if I've got a $10 million deferred fee and somebody has zero. So that's probably the biggest issue we're facing in competitive situations. And I would say that almost everything we're looking at, even if it's a personal relationship and it's a deal that I brought to the table myself, not from a bank, they are going to explore the market. They are going to talk to other folks. And I get calls, on every deal saying, hey, this guy showed up and he's got no back end fee.